When does inflation ebb away to help the 62% of Republicans who say they're falling behind?
I think inflation has already peaked. I think it is going to gradually fall. We're looking for a 6/10 or maybe even 7/10 tomorrow because of a rebound in energy. But on a year-over-year basis, we might be down to a 7.9 or an 8. And by March, I think we're going to be down to something with a 5 handle on a year-over-year basis. So inflation is falling. But to your point, nobody's going to notice because if you look at political leaning in this country, it really determines how people feel about the economy. People are, Republicans always feel worse about the economy when there's a Democrat in the White House and vice versa. 75% of Americans believe the economy is in recession, even though if you talk to any economist, they will tell you, well, that's not actually true right now. Might be next year, but it's not true right now. So how people feel about the economy and what it actually is doing are two completely separate things.
Right. David, among the wealthy and among the haves in decidedly a broad part of America that are have-nots, they've got to recover from a bear market, disinflation, and a decided bear market in bonds. What's your 2023 strategy to begin a financial recovery?
Well, I mean, it's certainly people are being, have been hurt by the rise in prices we've seen, and also, fiscal drag. I mean, things have slowed down a lot, so there's a lot of hurt out there in Main Street. For investors, though, the most important thing that happened this year isn't inflation, it isn't fiscal drag, it's the fact that prices fell. Prices fell for bonds, prices fell for stocks. So we're just putting out our long-term capital market assumptions. We just released them yesterday. And we're looking for about an 8% long-term gain out of equities in the US, more than 10% in Europe, emerging markets, and Japan. So I'd say this is a time to be overweight equities for a long-term investor. I think bonds are back. I think it makes sense to have a slightly below average allocation, but a pretty strong allocation to fixed income. So this is a time to get invested. I know people feel miserable, but as I said, there's a difference between what's actually going on, the economic dynamics, and what people feel given the extraordinarily partisan nature of news coverage in this country.